New on CuriosityStream.
With my infrared drone, I can see what others can't.
Drone pilot Doug Thron uses his bird's eye view for the ultimate good, saving animals from desperate situations around the globe. Join the rescue effort on a new season of Doug to the Rescue. And
You captured a Confederate steamboat?
We're taking the ship to freedom.
an enslaved crew, a stolen vessel, and a Civil War dash to salvation on impossible escapes. Watch now on CuriosityStream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3687. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Montgomery. And you are the Men's Room. I'll tell you today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has people's quirky eating habits. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, a Men's Room shout of the day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click. Clack.
Drink. All right, here we go. Muslim woman is suing McDonald's, accusing them of stuffing her kid's fish sandwich full of bacon. If you were riding the Aero 360 at Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, your brain might be shaken. Woman has kicked off flight from Toronto to Dallas because of her huge cans. Alabama woman stops traffic as she's one of Silk Sonic's biggest fans. And an Ohio man pepper sprays 2 Target employees so he can steal a hoverboard. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we... Yeah. Thank you, Ted. Yeah, I was getting to that. We will spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Danny, who thought that asphalt meant your butt did something wrong, and found a way to answer 16 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy. Big contestant to play Big Dummy. Call 206-421-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
New on CuriosityStream.
From time to time, we have collisions between asteroids and the Earth.
We track them. We study them. We hope the big one never comes. Don't look up. It's Asteroid Rush. And alligators. They rarely get sick. They even outlasted the dinosaurs. Could they hold the secret to human longevity?
Their blood could have antibacterial applications.
Wade into the investigation on immortal alligators. Watch now on CuriosityStream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Hey, all the Bicholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room Podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you'd been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hello, Bicholas, away we go. Welcome to Season 17, Episode number 3687. What a large and in-charge program we have for you today. It's a guaranteed future repeat. We believe. Head Chef is back. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. People have some quirky eating habits, I guess, or they're just very particular, one or the other.
A lot of these are just, everybody has a way they eat certain things or how they eat them. So they just ask a bunch of people, like, you know. I mean, the simplest one I always say is like flats or drummies when you're eating wings.
All right.
At the end, I don't care either way, but some people are psychos about flats only.
I hate when they're one or the other. So I need a combination of both. I don't care. It's not that I prefer one over the other so much as I don't want all drumettes, and then I just don't want all flats. I just like a combination. Okay.
I don't realize how insulting drumette is.
Or
you're not a drumstick.
I know, you make it sound like a bitch-ass piece of chicken.
It is, because the drumstick is a drumstick, man. That's a leg. This is a drumette. It's a teeny tiny leg. But it's from the wing.
What's wrong with people that got teeny tiny legs?
Nothing. It's delicious.
If you got teeny tiny legs, you hate E.T. because he's got teeny tiny legs. Oh, E.T. walking on his drumette.
That's right. Head Chef with some quirky eating things coming up. Oh, what else we got for you today? Oh, yeah, we'll do the Men's Room Happy Hour. Got some Dirty Big Dummy. What have we come up with this week? This week on Dirty Big Dummy, by the way, if you don't have the Odyssey app, you can listen to the Men's Room Happy Hour. So download that now. It's absolutely free. Search for the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. From there, we will go live at 6 as we do Monday through Friday. Keep in mind that channel is only live when we are. So if you go there and turn on now, you're not going to hear anything. They might hit you with like a 30-second commercial. Then there's going to be nothing there. So, do what you will. But we'll be on there at 6 o'clock with Dirty Big Dummy. This week, we're asking, which of the movies is not an actual porn movie? So 3 are porn titles that actually have existed and have been made. 1 is a movie that has not been made yet. So an example would be How to Drain Your Dragon. Is that a movie that has been made? Or is that a movie that has not been made? There's also Never Ending Horny. Was that an actual porn movie or not? Scooby's Doo. Scooby's Doo. Was that a real porn movie? That's coming up with Dirty Big Dummy exclusively on the Odyssey app. As you figured out, probably, you can play along with us, and keep in mind, it's an adult-only segment that we do every day here. So more Men's Room coming up with that. And speaking of Dirty Big Dummy, today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It is an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel, and you're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy so far this year, that would be Danny. It was 16 questions for her to get one right. And as we do, we like to do a little Men's Room poll when we play the game. And last week we asked you if you could eliminate one method of cooking. What would that be? Your choices: fried, deep fried, grilled, or barbecued. There was also boiled or baked. Now, as we broke this down and realized more things, for the most part, any kind of alcohol that you consume has been boiled. Coffee, boiled. Technically, pasta, rice.
Right.
There's a lot there as far as...
There's a lot of good stuff with boiling.
You are. And I'm pretty sure even sometimes when you make certain types of bread, the water needs to be almost boiling.
Oh, for the dough or something. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but to proof or whatever I don't know. Either way, boiling turned out to be more than we thought it was when you eliminate alcohol and all those things.
That was a game changer.
Yeah.
That and coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And a lot of people there switched from that to fried or deep fried. Well, we can make it some way. Another way, granted, as we said before, French fries going to suck. All the delicious fried
everything that's normally fried, you could bake it, but you know it's not as good.
It's not going to taste good. Grilling and barbecue on the list, and last but not least, baked. So eliminate one method of cooking. As we put the poll up, if you follow us on Twitter, Men's Room Live, here's how it shook out last week. Two-way tie for third place between grilling and barbecuing and baked. 8.5%. So the majority of you said, hey, I want to be able to grill and barbecue. I want to be able to bake food.
Okay, so those are the ones people want
those
to keep,
are the two,
for the most part.
If you only got 8.5% saying that they want to eliminate that style, that basically means everybody's like, no, that's one thing I definitely want to keep. Fried, deep fried came in at 21%. Majority of you, believe it or not, said you're getting rid of boiled food or any type of boiled drink, coffee, alcoholic beverage, you name it, 62%.
Damn, okay.
Which to me is a high percentage. I'm keeping that based on alcohol alone.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And pasta.
I mean, that's it.
And other things that I like. I enjoy some rice as well. So today on the Men's Room Poll, believe it or not, we got a listener submitted Men's Room Poll. And as you know, the listener comes first, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It says Ola Bacholas.
You say that at every orgy.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, I think your poll should be about people's genitalia. Tan or not tan. Also, I request more Miles suggesting how to take down vicious animals. I don't think I'm an expert on that.
I think you are, Miles.
I think you are.
I think you can name any animal.
I'll have it take.
Put you in a situation, and then you just tell me in your special backpack, your survival backpack,
right?
What you would have: laser pointers for the big cats,
pistol sticks
for wolves and dingoes, and I guess other kind of
maybe a Wolverine.
All right.
I don't know. They're out here now. They're here. They're here now. We have to think about this.
Yeah, your defense against a Wolverine is a pistol stick.
I'm not sure yet. I haven't, because he's new to the area. He's been spotted a couple times.
All right.
But he's out there. Who knows? Rock on, guys. That from Nick the Meat Cutter, which sounds like a euphemism
I know.
for someone's ass.
I know. That should be one of your porn movies.
Nick the Meat Cutter. Yeah. All right. So okay, we're gonna take your suggestion there, Nick the Meat Cutter, and our Men's Room Poll. And we seriously, and this basically comes from a segment yesterday. Who sucks less? One of the people in the story. They were spotted at the beach in a banana hammock initially. This is in Florida. Walking into the Gulf of Mexico, I think knee deep in the water.
Yeah.
A woman on the beach says that this person exposed himself to her while she was standing there. I think she was a 28-year-old, and he was a tan man, older, but wearing a banana hammock. Again, she described his penis as a larger penis, 7 to 8 inches long, which he held in his hand, and that the skin tone was tanned like the rest of his body.
Which I thought was unbelievable.
This is something that's in the police report.
Just in my mind, and I've come to find out differently, but in my mind, I'm like, shouldn't your junk, in theory, be paler than the rest of you, just based on exposure to sunlight? Because most people don't walk around naked in the sun, and then people started flooding us with comments explaining the color of the genitalia. To be honest with you, I'm going to say like 65% of the people that checked in, their genitalia, both male and female, darker than the rest of them. And then I checked... Sadly, my own penis for work purposes, when I went to the bathroom.
I did last night.
Just put my hand out there, and I'm like, and as I'm peeing, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll be damned, my penis is darker than the rest.
I did it last night. I'm not kidding you. I got home to Fremont. I went down to the corner, dried my pants, people walking by. What color is it? Must have asked 25 people. No, I did go home and check it, all right? So I checked it as soon as I got home, because as soon as I got home, I had to use the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. That's regular light.
Yeah.
I'm measuring it up against my arms, against other parts of my body.
You look pulling your ankle up to you.
Yeah, pretty well. It's pretty well the same. It's same. Other than places that have not gotten sun.
So you're the same.
I'm the same, but I get sun, which tells me my penis is probably a little bit darker normally.
So you're saying the rest of you has caught up to your penis's launch point.
Correct.
Okay.
Because I'm not walking around with my penis out, unless I'm golfing.
Well, that's what I want to check to see is at the end of the summer, will I match my penis?
Yeah. Well, I'm normally a little bit darker complected, but I must be down there because it's darker than, say, like my chest or my feet where I'm wearing socks, you know. So anyway, what we determined in this conversation yesterday, and it was basically... people were texting in like crazy. A lot of people just expressing their color of their genitalia. Right. Everybody has different colored genitalia. It's not.
Mine's orange.
It's not a conversation that people talk about a lot. It's just
they do now,
right? So the poll's going to simply be this: is your genitalia lighter than, the same as, or darker than your skin? So then this morning, the sun's out for a brief moment. Sun's coming through the window. I stand in front of the window and check again with natural light.
All right.
Just to make sure, because last night it was, bathroom light, and who knows? Maybe that's just not the right lighting. So I checked it again in the natural light today.
Confirmed?
Yeah, confirmed.
I know.
This is one time I actually wish I just had a D pic in my phone.
I just pull out a
show?
but that's still...
I don't have one.
It's hard to get a real color
because you
on
can't
the phone
see. You
picture,
can't see
man.
the rest of.
Even with your penis, Ted.
I mean, how much of your body are you showing? I mean, if you're
because you got to have the light right.
See,
you know
if
what I'm
doing
saying?
a D pic, it's just all D.
Right, it's just D,
but
the light's not going to be as good. You didn't set this
my
up.
gut or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just
somebody here says you guys never knew it's darker. No,
or lighter.
I never thought.
Well, did you ever think it was lighter? Because a lot of people called up and said it's actually lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So
we don't know,
right?
And today we're going to find the hell out.
That's exactly right. Game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game?
Ted knows who it is.
James.
Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola,
James.
James, sober, not sober?
Sober.
He's sober, James. Welcome to the program and Big Dummy.
Stocking that beer.
All right, James. Is your genitalia lighter than, same as, or darker than your regular skin?
Last I checked, it was lighter.
It's lighter.
All right, he's on the lighter side.
See?
Somebody here says, how are girls going to answer this? Some women checked in with us yesterday.
They definitely.
They very definitively had an answer.
Yeah.
Here's man and way. If you got genitalia, just take a quick peek at it. Just not if you're driving.
There's no two that are the same.
In fact, pull up to the car next to you.
Have you ever said that? You have a vagina just like a woman I used to date. Don't do that.
Even if it's true.
Don't say it.
God, where do I know this vagina from?
I never told me.
Everybody says that. All right, James, here is your question. Who created and provided the voices for both Beavis and Butthead?
Mike Judge.
Yep.
Gotta say, James on that. That's too easy.
That was too easy?
I mean, I don't know. Look, he stocks beer for a living. I feel like I know him a
James,
little bit.
the beer guy. Yeah, he's
Didn't they talk about bringing that back in some capacity?
They did. Fairly recently.
It just hasn't come out yet, I guess.
Correct.
Probably working on it. Okay.
Yeah, I want to say it's already in production, maybe, isn't it?
Yeah, but as big as Beavis and Butthead were, I think at the end of the day, I think King of the Hill is a bigger show.
Because they went network.
Yeah.
Everyone was introduced to Bobby.
Game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Danny, are you sober or not sober?
California sober.
All right.
Not a boy. So we don't count that as sober, though, right?
I say not sober.
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Pretend you're a cop, right? You pull the guy over. Sir, have you been drinking? You say no. And I go, great. But then if you added, I'm California sober, it's like, sir, we have a problem.
Yeah.
I just love that term.
And I took the back roads.
I just like that term because I know so many people that are. And people are like, I thought he was sober. I'm like, no. He just doesn't drink.
Right. No, he'll do blow with you, whatever. Hey, Danny, is your genitalia lighter than, same as, or darker than your regular skin?
It's darker. And I think, maybe really blow your mind. When I was dating, like, my first wife, she was telling me not only that, but that it varies by the race of the guy. Like a Mexican guys will be different color than a white guys. Not even just based on skin tone, but kind of like overall tone comparatively. I don't know.
How many different men has she been with? I mean, did you start thinking to yourself, and then the black, but are we talking black guys from Sudan or the black guy from Ethiopia?
Entire platoon.
I mean,
now, if you go to Punjab province, that's a lot different than Southern India. I'll tell you that right now, brother.
There's no two that are alike.
She's my ex.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, right, every race, like, people look different, so it makes sense.
I know, but when you come up with
would be
certain expertise, you go like, okay, damn. When you're quick to, it's like we could all say, I have watched porn. This is what I've noticed with this race or this ethnicity. But I don't know if I break down to my wife, baby, who else has nipples like you? Oddly enough, in Northern Ireland.
Right. You can't even see them. They're almost translucent.
Although I wish I could do that. And your downstairs reminds me more of...
I dated a girl with an inverted nipple.
I saw a girl with an inverted nipple once. Ted, you saw her too. Was the first day you interned. Remember those strippers that came in?
Correct.
Okay, so... Boy, it sounds so bad looking back. Anyway, there were strippers in the studio. They weren't really doing anything. They were just sitting on our collective laps as we did the show, right? I mean... But
that's what you do. Yeah.
But the chick who was sitting on me... She had one inverted nipple, and I just couldn't stop looking at her.
I don't remember. I was just happy to see strippers.
Yes. Oh, I was happy to see her, but I'm just like, why did I get the one with the weird nipple?
Well, thanks, sir.
Funny you should ask.
That quest started years before that.
Yes. All right, Daddy, here is your question. Potatoes. Potatoes are native to what continent?
Man, I'll go with South America.
Oh, man.
Nice.
I would not have guessed that in a million years, but yeah.
Oh, damn.
South America's got a lot of great stuff.
They do, but when you think of like potatoes, right? Obviously, there's Ireland and all that, but just a lot of like Northern European cooking. It goes a long way. It's hearty. It's cold up there, et cetera, et cetera. And you're telling me up until someone from South America got potatoes to them, what the hell were they eating?
Cabbage.
Yeah.
What's the great
Parsnips.
South American potato dish? Does anyone know?
I bet you they have a million of them, but I bet you potatoes aren't the main thing.
I don't know. This sounds
like
I'm going to
beans in
sound like a
Mexico.
standard American, but I can just tell you whenever I go get Peruvian chicken, like the potatoes are always great.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. I bet you their side dishes crush it.
Ooh, yes.
See?
Lots of different. Peruvian roasted potatoes.
What else? What else they got?
Ultimate baked potato. Sour cream, bacon.
I don't know how
bits,
South American
chives,
that is.
And cheese.
I'll tell you what, man. I had some roast.
Bravas, chilanos.
My buddy roasted potatoes over the weekend.
potatoes.
I never roast potatoes. Like, they were awesome.
My wife's on a roasting potato kick. Like, she
nice.
makes potatoes, chances are the roast, and it works every time.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what she did, man? This was kind of cool. I can't remember. She read some recipe for something. I don't remember exactly what the whole dish was, but she roasted the red potatoes, right? And just add like salt, pepper, all this kind of thing. Then she kind of like half mashed them. But the half mash was the layer of something else we were eating, if you follow me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like if you made mac and cheese, but instead of noodles, you did these smashed potatoes. Man, I wish I could remember what she made, but I was like, this is freaking delicious. And apparently pretty effortless, man.
Game is a Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jim, are you sober or not sober?
I am sadly sober.
That's all right, Jim. Welcome to the program in Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. Is your genitalia lighter than, same as, or darker than your regular skin?
Well, I have to be honest, I had to check. I would say about equal.
Okay.
Equal, same as.
Yes, indeed. And I'm from Florida. I kind of have like a built-in tan, and it hasn't dissipated. I live in the state of Washington now, but definitely I'm surprised that it's the same. So,
but this whole thing was inspired by a dude in Florida, and the woman pointed out, among her other eyewitness accounts,
how tan his unit was.
That it was exactly as tan as the rest. Maybe it's a Florida thing.
When you were in Florida, Jim, did your penis get a lot of sun?
It got more than its share, but not a lot, no.
Well, more than its share is more than most people in this area
at all,
ever get.
Right? I mean,
I'm just trying to think, what is my opportunity for sun to hit my penis?
Remember we did a GTL month where we would go and do the fake tanning?
Well, that's, yes.
But I'm just saying,
talking about
as I got darker, it got darker.
I'm thinking people in Florida get this from... I'm thinking people in Florida get this from natural light.
I don't like how you make it sound like a political statement.
You definitely get more exposure for certain.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Okay. By the way, Ted, real quick, says there's over 200 varieties of potato that can be grown in Peru.
Oh.
I still have not done the Peruvian chicken. There's a restaurant close to my place, but a guy I know owns it, and I still have not been.
Peruvian scallop potatoes actually look very good as well.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Kind of up by me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be awesome.
Okay, so I know the guy that owns that place. I still haven't been in. And every time I see him, he's like, you got to come in. I'm like, I will. I'm lying.
Ecuadorian potato pancakes.
All right, Jim, here is your question. Multiple choice. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, or Richard Branson? Which billionaire's father was a unicycle rider for Ringling Brothers?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of annoying, isn't it?
Oh, man, I gotta just guess Bezos.
You guess correct.
Oh, my God.
Think about that. One of the richest men in the world. What's your heritage? My dad rode a unicycle in the circus.
I looked at him and I said, I'm never doing that.
I need to
Not
go
for
make
$1 million.
It's on brand for Seattle, though.
It is. It is. You know what? You're 100% correct.
We're going to the weekend fair, kids. Come on.
I'm working it again.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream.
With my infrared drone, I can see what others can't.
Drone pilot Doug Thron uses his bird's eye view for the ultimate good, saving animals from desperate situations around the globe. Join the rescue effort on a new season of Doug to the Rescue. And
You captured a Confederate steamboat?
We're taking the ship to freedom.
an enslaved crew, a stolen vessel, and a Civil War dash to salvation on Impossible Escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Oh, fiddlesticks! What, Wilbur? We just got hit and I think my back is all been out of shape.
You gotta talk with those whippersnappers at the Advocates Law Firm. They're the best injury lawyers around.
What? Pipe down, Clarence! Abner's telling me about the lawyers and the advocates. So what happened to you, Abner?
I was walking across the street with the light when some young punk came screeching around the corner. I lost a toe.
What? Shut it, Clarence! If you get injured, the advocates get results.
AdvocatesLaw.com.
Continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Hey, the grass is back. Magellan's 3 big days Labor Day weekend. Biggest rock festival in the Pacific Northwest. 3 days. We'll start Friday, September 2nd with Incubus and Sublime. Saturday, you'll see Alice in Chains, Breaking Benjamin, Aaron Jones, Bush, Walking Papers, and our buddy Wyatt Olin. And then Sunday, Sammy's playing with George Thorogood and Queensryche. There's 3 big days.
You make it sound like they're all there at once. Like George Thorogood and Sammy Hagar will sing with Queensryche.
They probably all get together and jam out. Do Hey Jude.
Right, that's the go-to, right?
That's the one they close the show with.
Hey!
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Happy hour and a half tickets are on sale for each one of those days. We'll see you hopefully either on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a couple there. And those tickets are on sale now, KISW.com. All right, the game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK. Who is our next contestant? Ready to play.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola. Chris, are you sober or not sober?
Unfortunately sober.
All right. Chris, welcome to Big Dummy. Our Men's Room poll dealing with the color of your genitalia. Is your genitalia lighter than, same color as, or darker than your skin?
I'm fairly tan, but same color.
Same color as. Okay.
Huh. Kind of surprised by that. You just assume it's the same color? I don't know, man. Like everything I've thought about the color of our genitalia, it's all been ruined as of yesterday. My mind is blown. My world has changed.
You've seen.
Email.
Like I see my penis every day, but I never thought.
It's not about yours. It's about everybody else's stuff.
Well, I try not to look at everybody else's.
I know, but I'm not. I mean, even in the others, everybody. Right. Everybody's got different stuff.
I just checked mine. I am a shade darker.
You're a shade darker.
Just a shade darker.
Yeah, I feel like almost all of us are going to end up being darker.
We've already had one says lighter.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met anyone whose nipples are lighter than the rest of you?
Yes.
You've physically met. I've seen it once, like in porn, but I've never.
Yes. I'm also seeing everywhere that's like the perfect shade for a woman's lipstick.
What's that?
Is the same as her nipple. That's all over TikTok right now. As all these ladies are like, "Hey, I just found out."
You follow some interesting trends.
I do, man.
I'm going to check my lips versus my nipples, and I'll tell you why. One, I'm childish, but otherwise, people have been texting in today saying that for guys, the color of the lips on your face should roughly match your penis.
Huh. I think my lips are darker than my skin tone.
They are, but now that I'm looking at your face, it's like, that's the color of Ted's penis. I don't want to look at Ted's face anymore. Put on a mask.
Who said that your penis is the color of your
I'm telling you,
lips?
a ton of texts have been coming in the last 2 days.
What? Part of my penis is the same color as my lips.
I don't see that correlation.
Well, the other problem is, too, for me, it depends on how excited I am.
Well, sure.
It's kind of like a dog.
Is it the same as a woman?
No, it matches her nipples.
No, Mike is saying that if you're looking for the ideal shade of lipstick to wear, it should match your nipples. I'm asking.
Oh, so the shade of lipstick should match.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm asking, as a woman, is that true? If that's true for a man, that your lip color is the same as your penis, is that true for a woman?
I can't remember the color of the lips on their face.
All right. Fair enough.
Hey, I'm running through the old Rolodex here.
She had a face? All right.
There was a bag on her head.
Plastic. I'm into weird things. I'm a serial killer, you see.
That's why we did it on a tarp.
So everything was kind of blue. All right. Serial killer jokes. We got them. Here's your question. How many lines are in a Japanese haiku?
7.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How many lines are in it?
How many lines?
Three.
Is it 5 or
Three.
something?
It is, in fact, three. Ted knows his haikus.
I inadvertently wrote a haiku on Christmas Day.
Because it has to be a certain number of syllables per line, I believe.
Right.
But it has to be in 3 lines.
Correct. And there's some automatic bot. If you make a haiku, it's like, look, you made a haiku.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter, I found I had to write a haiku for school. Like, I did not know this. She had already done it. The paper sitting on the kitchen table. God, I wish I could remember it. I didn't realize she was writing a haiku. I just see it is her handwriting. It says something like, I thought I saw a fig, but for it were a hazelnut. I'm like, did she have a stroke? Like, what's this? My wife's like, no, she's writing a haiku. I'm like, okay. Just nonsensical garbage. All right, your question. The wheels on the bus go round and round. What do the wipers on the bus do? Try not to sing it out loud. We know you're singing. Just go ahead and sing it out loud, man.
I'm singing it. I just...
So, wipers on the bus go.
Splish splash.
You need to change your wipers, brother. No, they go swish, swish, swish. Don't feel bad. I didn't know.
This is my first time ever calling in, and it's so much more. I mean, not that I knew these two anyways, but it's so much more.
Is it really? Because a lot of people say that. They're like, once you get on the air and you're answering some questions, like you just panic or you have brain farts. My favorite is...
Yeah, my phone keeps going off. You know, people calling in. I'm like,
Wait a minute. They're calling you to tell you that they can hear you right now. Do you know how stupid your friends are? Like, dude... Why would you call me if you know I'm using my phone to be on the radio where you're listening to me?
Shout out to my dad calling me twice in a row.
Hey, Dad, he's on the phone, man. You know he is.
Dad's not the brightest, but he loves me.
Whatever happened to the busy signal?
Man, we got to bring it back. Got to bring it back. Especially when it's parents. All right, here is your question.
Oh, God.
How many fingers does a Boy Scout extend in a salute?
In a salute. Okay.
Yeah, in a salute.
A salute.
All right, so never touched Boy Scout here.
Good.
I was only in it for a couple years. Boy Scouts do 2, and then Weeblos do 3, I believe.
No, Weeblos do 2.5.
What?
They do 2 fingers and a knuckle.
I've never been a Boy Scout.
They
That's 3.
They do. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. This is
2
Scout.
fingers and a knuckle?
Weeblos 2 fingers and a knuckle. 3 is up.
No, they don't.
Are you making this up, man?
No, Weeblos do 2 fingers
Miles,
and a
I don't
knuckle.
know who lied to you. But
2 fingers and a knuckle. Yes, 2 fingers and a knuckle. It's 2 fingers and a knuckle.
You're older now. Give me a knuckle.
How many?
It's 3. It is 3. The Boy Scouts do the 3 fingers.
Yeah, if you're...
Hold on, I'm going to let Miles look this up.
If you're a Weeblo, man, you're 2 fingers and a knuckle. You are.
When you're a Weeblo, you do 3.
No, you don't, because you're not a Boy Scout yet.
So you're saying
I only did 2 years.
Cub Scout is 2, and you're telling me... And
now they changed it. Weeblos are now eligible to do the Boy Scouts. They're sticking so
it's different.
soft.
So when I was doing it, it was 2, and then Weeblo was 3.
Cub Scouts are 2 fingers because they're smaller.
But I never slept in my Scoutmaster's tent either, so
3 fingers.
Never got that extra half knuckle.
3 finger salute.
So there's no 2.
If you're a Sea Scout, you give the 3 finger salute as well.
Man, who was your Scoutmaster, bro? You might want to go back and revisit
I'm
Homeboy.
pretty sure, though, it is.
Okay, you're older now.
Weeblo handshake.
2 and a knuckle.
This is from Scouter.com.
Scouter.com. Can't believe that website hasn't crashed. I know.
We got shut down because of pornography.
Mike cannot handle this.
The Weeblo Den.
No, just the knuckle on this one, boys. You've graduated.
No, 2 fingers and a knuckle.
It says it there.
It's kind of like planting the seed for the third.
I'm like, Miles, please stop saying 2 fingers and a knuckle.
I can't even picture it. 2 and a knuckle.
And then you turn it. Counterclockwise.
Right.
Call it the Weeblo.
Oh, man. All right. Chris, your question.
A salute to Weeblos. Here it is.
What talk show opens with the Hot Topics rundown?
I don't know. I have a job, so I don't really get to do that.
The View. It is, in fact, The View.
Isn't that what we did on New Day Northwest as well?
What's that?
Hot Topics.
I don't know if they called it that because there might be a copyright, but it was something very similar.
All right.
Flaming topics.
Warm to the touch topics.
Temperate topics. All right, here is your question. True or false? True or false? Gwyneth Paltrow has teamed up with Kourtney Kardashian to release a candle called This Smells Like My Pushy.
Oh, my God.
False.
It's true.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't.
Yeah, push. Yes. P-O-O-S-H-Y.
God.
Oh, why
Can they even describe what that word means?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You know what it means.
So they just changed the word to make it more acceptable to market.
That's basically it. Because you can't just straight up call it that. So.
Well done.
All right. Your question. The man who shot Ronald Reagan in 1981, he is set to be released from prison this month, in fact. What is this Jodie Foster loving man's name?
So I'm too young to remember his name. I did see it, though. He gets out 2 weeks from today or yesterday. I think he gets out June 15th. I don't know his name, though.
Well, look, I'll give you some credit. At least you know that much about who the cat
Yeah, I was going to
is.
say, that's impressive.
Yeah, John Hinckley Jr. So this guy shot Ronald Reagan, and he did it. I don't even think he had an issue with Ronald Reagan. He wanted to impress actress Jodie Foster.
Because she didn't like Reagan.
That's the only reason that guy ever gave for making that decision. I don't know if you let that guy out.
Fell in love with her watching
You can
Taxi.
get out
Taxi Driver.
after that.
Which is even creepier.
Yeah, from Taxi Driver. Yeah, when she was like 16. Yeah.
Oh, man. And there's nothing about that movie that's uplifting.
Sure.
Why? Keep his ass in.
Nah, loved her, man.
Yeah, that's one of those movies you watch once because it's legendary.
Classic,
Sure.
Yeah. Good.
Yep, don't need to see it again. All right, here's your question. What two teams tip off tonight for Game 1 of the NBA Finals?
Okay, finally, boys. The Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors.
There it is.
Okay. Game is up. Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK. That is the sign, not the salute.
So wait.
So
Get back to the Weeblos. What is this two and a knuckle?
This is the salute, right? So it's a scout salute. The Weeblo used to be two and a knuckle, but that's really the sign.
There's no knuckle with that. You're just holding down the ring finger, Miles.
You are, because
it's the same as
two and a knuckle.
It's the same as the Boy Scout one. You just putting down another
That's a
finger.
Weeblo.
You're just holding your other knuckle up too high,
So
man.
basically, it's just two fingers, but just based on the way your ring
Two
finger
fingers
curves.
and a knuckle.
You call that
You hold the knuckle
and a knuckle.
So my knuckle's not high enough, is what you're telling me?
You got to put
Like,
way
are,
more.
like,
I
are they
need
gonna
more
be-
knuckle. I need more knuckle.
You need more knuckle. You need
higher.
You get a
Right.
little more knuckle.
There.
All right.
Yes.
Why do they make those kids do that? Hello, Justin. Jesus Christ.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Say, Justin, what was that noise?
I was tapping.
Say it what?
Tapping.
Oh, CNC lathe.
Like construction work. I understand.
Kind of metalwork. I have a machine that does all the work for me.
Okay. All right.
Justin, so you're sober, I'm assuming, because you're working with machinery.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're drunk and have never worked with machinery before.
All right, Justin, don't pull it out now, but is your genitalia lighter than, same color as, or darker than your regular skin?
Oh, darker. I texted in yesterday saying I was Neapolitan.
Oh, you're the Neapolitan. All right.
Okay. I remember that.
That's a good way to remember someone.
I'm sure a lot of people remember you that way.
Well,
I dated this guy in high school with a Neapolitan penis.
It's effective. I mean, that's all you had to tell
I
us.
thought they all looked like that because it was the first one I ever saw. Think about what a shock it was when I started dating other people.
His was only two-tone. All right, Justin, here is your question. What was Babe Ruth's real first name?
I have no idea.
Yeah, George? It was George.
Yeah. Herman Ruth or something?
George Herman Ruth. By the way, they're pointing out that Jodie Foster was only 14 when Taxi Driver came out. Someone else was asking, was Reagan actually president when he was shot? Because presidential assassination attempts, aren't they late for president? Ronald Reagan, he was fully the president.
He was
when
the president, right.
That's why it's such big news that to let this guy out.
Well, not only that, but he almost really did kill another guy.
Yeah.
He
Brady
ruined his life.
Yeah,
Right?
one of
Wasn't
his
it Brady?
one of his security guards. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Brady.
No, he wasn't a security guard. He was in his cabinet.
Right.
I met that guy before.
James Brady?
Yeah. Well, when I used to work at the AFL-CIO, like, you meet a lot of those people are downtown doing meetings.
Yeah.
And I forget what the building cabinet coordinator was, and it was like, oh, man.
He was in a wheelchair for life out there, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah. That's right. That's why he had his views on the laws there.
Yeah. All right, here's your question. Which NBA team plays its home games at the Barclays Center?
Home games at the
Barclays Center, yes.
I do not follow the NBA other than Go Celtics.
Miles, you know. Come on.
Come on.
Barclays Center.
Fairly new.
I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
I used to think the Earth was flat.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Yes, that is it.
All right.
All right, Justin, your question.
Well, they just changed the Staples Center. So that one I didn't know who took over that one. I'm still confused about Golden State.
Who took over the Staples Center?
I think it's Crypto.com Center now.
Oh, I think you're right.
I don't know, because nobody's in the playoffs.
I know. All right, your question.
It's just for concerts.
What is the capital of Portugal?
Ooh, the man.
Capital of
Portugal? Yes.
Wait, is that Lisbon?
Oh, nice. There it is.
There you go, Justin. Very, very good.
Just about to say I don't know.
More Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
At Avocado, we believe everyone deserves a safe, healthy mattress and a great night's sleep. That's why we're so excited to introduce our new Eco-Organic mattress, starting at just $6.99 with easy financing and made with the same incredibly comfortable, naturally cool materials you've come to expect from Avocado. It's a radically affordable, certified organic mattress held to the highest standards of social and environmental responsibility. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.